Hi, friends. Thanks for tuning in to the Mental Fitness Unscripted podcast, where our conversation will encourage your healthy living journey. Inspired by our Team Quadzilla coaching motto, healthy living starts between your ears, we talk about mental fitness in ways that challenge us to think about our thinking regarding topics like habits, leadership, exercise, values, marriage, parenting, and faith. Our hope with this podcast is to sharpen you as we sharpen ourselves to be all we were made to be. So let's dive right into the conversation on this episode of Mental Fitness Unscripted.
Good morning, Chad.
Hey, good morning.
So how was
Are
your holiday
you?
last week?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if you're recovered from all of the food and fixins and family time and whatever. It was pretty great for us. We went up north and adventured with the family and ate lots of food and hung out and laughed a lot and just fantastic. Exhausting too, but really fun. So good stuff.
Yeah, it was we took 4 days. I mean, we took advantage of all of it.
Yeah,
The
yeah, us
Friday,
too.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Anyway,
Yep.
so it was pretty low key. Low key for us. We only had 20 people, which that's low key. I know some will say, "What are you talking about?" Um,
Yeah,
I'm trying to, I think we were right at 20 people, but you have to remember this family. I'm knocking stuff down off my shelf here. I was trying to save it. But anyway, if we got together as an entire family, we're over 100. So 20's low key.
whoa. Oh my goodness.
Well, my wife has eight.
Yeah,
Well, she's got seven siblings. There's eight children in the family, and they're all married. They all have kids, and you start doing the math there, and you've got
yeah,
spouses and married spouses and great grandkids, and pretty soon you're over 100.
sure.
So it happens
Oh
pretty
my
quickly.
goodness. That's amazing.
I guess they call that
That's amazing.
exponential growth, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
send you send kids
That's
out.
pretty great that they can get together that way too, though, even if it's just 20 something, that's pretty good.
Like I say, it was low key. Anyway,
Yeah.
we did that, and then Saturday we just spent the day decorating the house for Christmas, putting up trees, and
Yeah.
so that was Saturday. Friday. We did Friday and Saturday because my wife has a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We we
Yeah.
we actually backed down from our tree count by three, which only puts us at 9 trees in our house. So
Oh my goodness, for real. Our house is so funny. We were exhausted after traveling and but we knew that, Sunday was our chance to do it if we're going to do it.
right.
And so all three of us at home were grumbling about, let's just do the decorating and get it over with. And that was for one tree in our little house and all the decorations inside and whatever. And um, it was over in a few hours and it was really no big deal. But we're just, I feel like the opposite of the Hatches who are all in on the decorations and the trees and all that.
We celebrate Christmas and Easter pretty hard around here. So,
Yeah.
and the 4th of July. That's a big one here too.
Yeah, right.
That's a big one here too. So,
Man.
anyway, then Sunday was just, our religious worship and
And now it's fast forward to Christmas.
uh
That's
man, don't say fast forward. It's going too
I
fast
know.
already.
I know for the people who are starting it the day after Halloween
Well,
or earlier
I,
anymore.
I'm guilty of that, but
Yeah.
my wife puts up she'll put up one tree, and she does it on the fall, what is it, solstice or equinox,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
anyway, she'll put it up on that day, or close to it. She, probably the weekend, right closest to it. And then she'll decorate
Mm,
it with like leaves and little pumpkins and stuff, and she calls it her fall tree. And so our Christmas tree goes up
yeah,
pretty early.
yeah. Phase one.
Phase one, fall tree.
Yeah,
Then she'll decorate it for Halloween. She'll put just a few Halloween things on it. She'll pull those off, and then after Thanksgiving, she'll decorate it for the Christmas tree.
yeah. So this reminds me, I was talking with a few people about, hey, what did you do for Thanksgiving and blah blah blah, and um, it's a little bit mixed. I think Thanksgiving kind of gets overlooked, and I just want to say that Thanksgiving is really important.
Oh,
I mean,
huge.
if we would slow down enough to think about how good we have it and all the ways that we are blessed and all the things that we have to be thankful for. I mean, though you want to talk about a healthy habit, gratitude and being thankful. I mean, it's no secret. Everybody's talking about, oh, gratitude, be thankful. Um, but it's true. I mean, having a heart that says, um, I'm thankful, and it changes a lot about how you see the world, how you deal with stress. Um, Man, it's a shame, I think, that we kind of skip Thanksgiving and just plow right into Christmas without pausing. We're so worried about Black Friday and getting all the shopping deals. Well, that's like the opposite of being grateful because now we're just trying to get stuff. I kind of have a problem with that, but that's a whole nother thing. But l- let's do Thanksgiving year round. What about that? How could we be more thankful and have that attitude as part of our healthy mental fitness?
I like that you brought that up, and I really think I absolutely agree that Thanksgiving is kind of a forgotten holiday. I mean, we equate it with gorging ourselves with turkey and
Yeah, yeah,
um and I get that part of it because it's kind of a celebration. I mean, it was a celebration of, hey, we've been blessed with a good harvest. We've been
right.
blessed that we have this food. And so they would just get together and share and eat, in the attitude of being grateful for the blessings that they'd received in that harvest and so forth. And so I love that you've brought that up. And I know that you express gratitude every day, and I know that you write that in your journal even.
I do.
Um,
Yeah.
and so that's something that I need to get better at. I do have a journal. I don't have it right here. That's right. I write gratitudes every day in a gratitude journal. My wife and I keep one together, but I've got a little calendar thing, and just down at the bottom here, I write my wins for the day. I try and find three things that were wins. Um, I've got a friend also that he says that he sits down every night, and before he goes to bed, he'll write something of where he has seen God in his life.
Oh, beautiful.
Where he has seen deity bless him in his life, and he said that's been a really good exercise. Whether you believe in God or not, what did the universe bless me with today,
Mm,
or what did God bless me with? Um, we've talked about this before. And then I I think you're familiar with this. Um, I need to get back to this, but in 2021, well, it was 2020, it looks like. And I need to give this back to my wife. But you and I have a mentor that he writes a gratitude journal for his wife, and he writes
yes.
something every day. And I put this together for my wife. one year. I gave it to her in 2021. Um, and man, she just really appreciated that, and it tied me closer to her just doing that.
Yes.
Um, Another thing is if you're having a problem with somebody, and you're just grating on them,
Mm.
this same exercise, find something every day or at least every week or just on a regular basis and write it down so that you can remember that, especially when you're
Oh man.
at odds.
It, is that's the most important in marriage, I think, or the people who are closest to you, because they're the ones that can grate on us the most, right?
Yeah, they
Because
influence
of
your.
the proximity and how we know each other and what we expect from each other and things like that. So I also do a gratitude journal just for Angie, and
That's great.
um, I don't write in it every day, but I think you gave me the idea, and um, I regularly, in fact, I did today, this morning already. I wrote in there just a simple couple statements about something that I'm thankful for her about. And you're right, when you make that a habit, it absolutely changes your
Well,
view of the
yep.
person, and it increases your tolerance for some of the minor things that might not suit you just right, you know?
You put
And
the cap
but
on
geez,
the
this is
toothpaste
all,
wrong.
yeah, this is all part of an attitude of thankfulness and looking outside of ourselves, to others, instead of just, what about me? Being thankful um, gives you an appreciation for whatever it is that you're thankful for, and especially if that's a person, or if it's God, even better yet. So yeah, these are good exercises. I mean, between the journaling, and then having something specific that you would actually share with another person. I mean, these are fantastic ideas for how to express gratitude, and changing our mindset about being thankful and thinking of what is good and right and true. Philippians 4:8. These are the things we're to think about. What's excellent and praiseworthy and true and noble and all of that kind of stuff.
Good report. Yep.
Yep.
Good stuff. Writings of Paul. Yes.
Yeah.
It just tells us to seek for those good things. It's so easy to find the bad stuff in the world. I mean, I counsel with these young singles in our church on occasion, and sometimes I'll have somebody say, "Why is the world so bad?" And I'll just say, "Well, it's all a matter of your perspective." I said, "What's interesting is you don't have to look
Mm.
hard for bad. It's like an RSS feed. Every time you pull up your computer,
Yeah.
bam, there it is, bam, bam, bam." I said, what you have to do is you have to look beyond that and absolutely search. And, if you spend any time in the Bible, what does it tell you to do? To seek, to search,
Seek,
to
seek.
find.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Sometimes good,
Yes.
not on an sorry, on an RSS feed. We have to go and search for it, and it's there. I promise. If you'll just
Yep.
push all the distraction and all the bad stuff to the side, you'll find good. You'll find plenty of good.
Absolutely.
We were
Yeah.
talking here. Something came to mind. What's interesting is I use gratitude to fight fears that come in at me.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about your race the other day, having to find 85 blue rooms before the start of the race because
Yes.
you're nervous.
Yep.
And we have this stuff. I was talking to my brother a little bit about something like this, kind of related, but it's interesting. Isn't it great that you're there? Just the fact that you showed up. You should be grateful because
Mm.
you've bested yourself because you felt that anxiety. You fought through it. Now you're better because you fought through it. And just the fact that you showed up, and yes, I've got to go to the blue rooms, and yes, I'm anxious, and we get stuck on judging ourselves. Well, I shouldn't be nervous. I shouldn't be afraid to talk to somebody at a networking event. I shouldn't be, I need to make this phone
Mm.
call, and we sit there and, well, when you get done with the phone call, however it went, doesn't matter however it went, you're better for it because you went through it, and
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
you bested yourself, no matter what the outcome was. And it reminded me, I was just thinking while you were visiting with this, and I love what you said, but we need to look for the miracles in life. And I think gratitude helps us look for those miracles. And miracles absolutely happen. Here again, I've got these young people saying, well, there's no miracles in life. God doesn't bless me. And I'll just say, whoa, wait a minute. Um,
Mm.
let's reflect on this here. Um, there's a there's a, a, a teacher in our church in our anyway, he said, it's interesting. I've looked at this, and he said, Jesus Christ healed people, and you remember the man with the withered hand that he
Yes.
healed. Okay, he said that's not the miracle that he healed the hand. The miracle is that God gave him a hand.
Mm.
That's the miracle, is that he even has a hand. And yeah, my hands aren't big, they're not strong. Okay, maybe they are, but even the withered hand, the fact that he had a hand, he had an arm to assist the other hand that did work. What a miracle. And
Mm.
it's all in how we receive that perception. Back to your race, you can sit there and just dwell on the fact, man, why am I anxious? Why am I so afraid? And we go down that vortex of thought,
Mm.
and
Yes.
we start to question ourselves. Can I really do this? Gosh, nobody will know. Maybe I'll just go get back in the car and go home. And we sit there, and then after you were done with well, even at the start of the race, when the gun went off, everything changes, and we've talked
That's
about
true.
everything changes. But
Yeah.
the miracle is that you're there, and that you have the capability of of participating in the race. I showed you that book with Casey
Yeah.
McAllister, no legs, and he's running Spartan
Right.
races. I mean, crazy. My hat's
Yeah.
off to him. But see, he sees life as a miracle.
Right.
I don't know. What do
Yeah.
you
We can
think?
always look a little, we can look a little bit. This is the thing about being thankful. You have to pause long enough to actually think about something. And the same is true with miracles. The people can easily say, well, I don't see any miracles. Well, have you even stopped for a moment to think about it? Because you're right, they're all around us every day, but we're not looking for that because we're too absorbed in whatever other distraction there is. And it just reminds me the quote somebody said, um, many, many moons ago, you will find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You too, I think, is the one that has the song that he says, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I don't think that makes any sense because you will find what you're looking for.
You have exactly right now what you're looking for.
Yeah, the way that, yes, the way that you perceive the world and your circumstances is a result of how you see them. And when you see them in um, scarcity or negativity or fear, then that's how you're going to see everything in your world. Well, geez, Chad, that's a little extreme. I don't know. Think about it. Um, think about the people in your life who seem to be happy. What is it about those people? Well, for the ones I'm thinking of, they're usually awfully thankful. You know, they don't fuss over themselves. They're more interested in other people. They're asking good questions. They're thankful. They're seeing the good that's around them and talking about that and living in that. And I just think it's so true that, you know, for those of us who are discouraged or depressed or even ill in certain ways, I think a lot can be improved by just your outlook on that. And I think an easy way to start is with gratitude and just being thankful
Absolutely.
for what you do have or who you are, you know, that in the things that can't be taken away from you, you know, be thankful about those things.
You know
So I
that.
don't know, we could beat that to death, but the mission is clearly we can do better at being thankful, right?
Yeah. Just back to your teaching here on the perception that it's a reflection of who we are. Think of the teaching in the Bible from Jesus Christ on the Mount of Olives, or not the Mount of Olives, but the you know, where he taught the Beatitudes. Judge not that ye be not judged. You know, because now
Mm,
when we look at somebody and make that judgment, we're reflecting ourselves on that
yes,
person because of that perception, like you just shared with us. You know, judge
yes,
not. Um,
yeah,
now, now, I believe you have to make judgments. You know, if I walk into a bad part of town, I have to start making judgments to, you know, preserve my life. Um, but you know, when we look at people and make a knee-jerk reaction or a decision on who or what they are, I think we have to be really careful. Um,
yeah,
we have to be really careful because
right,
it's truly, like you said, like you taught just a second ago, it's truly a reflection of who we are in relation to them.
yeah. So if we're generally well-intentioned and sane people, we could simply ask ourselves, is this really who I want to be or who I think I am? Because probably not. I mean, I think we would like to believe the best of ourselves and think the best of ourselves. So if we're not projecting that or thinking that way about the world around us, then there's a gap there that I think we need to address. And, you know, that requires some sober self-assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally preaching to myself here because I get pretty
Well, the,
easily discouraged. So
well, the
yeah, this is a
change,
good lesson for me today.
well, the change needs to happen in us. What's funny is if we
Yeah.
change us, the world will change, and it's because
Yes. Oh my gosh.
we're looking through different
Yes.
glasses. You know, our perception will
Yep.
totally change if we change us. And what's incredible, and this is a miracle too, is that we have control over changing ourselves. We have
Mm.
zero control changing others.
Hmm. Yes.
Zero. I mean, we can influence, we can encourage, we can ask, but we can't
Yep.
change them.
Yep.
But if a,
And for most of us, that is a root of some of our life's great frustrations and
absolutely,
discouragements is it's other people or it's other things. And we can't do anything about that. So to continue living a discouraged life in that kind of thinking is never going to fix. It has to be an inside job. We have to change our mind, you know, and think differently about what is really happening and look at the good side of stuff.
yeah. You know, I hear people say,
Mm.
"Well, I want to be in control," and that I totally get that, but you'll never be in control of someone else. You'll only be in
Right.
control of you. And so even
Yeah.
if somebody else runs over you, you have control of how you react to that or respond to it. And there again, to your point, it's an inside job. It's an inside out
Yeah.
job. So gratitude,
Hmm.
what a great subject. I mean, it just
Yeah.
leads to so many good things. And I love that you
Hmm.
said that we have to make the pause. and it's a conscious
Yeah.
thing. We have to pause and look back and go, okay, yeah, there really was a miracle. So
We talk about that a lot as part of mental fitness, and we're just so bad at it because we live in a world with constant inputs and distractions and things, and we're racing the hamster wheel, and and then you wake up and do it all over again the next day. But we have got to find a way to just slow down, pause, think, reflect, and that's why writing is such a powerful tool. We that's how we started today, is the gratitude journal
right,
and writing things. I mean, when you have to slow down enough to write it, this counts as part of your pause, and I think
yeah,
it can recenter the way that you're thinking about life and the world around you, and hopefully for the better.
yeah. You could even call that meditation. I know some people meditate, and that's great.
Yeah.
I have a hard time slowing down that far, but I
Yeah.
I can do it. I have a hard time, but stopping enough to find something that I'm grateful for, especially about somebody
Yeah.
else, is just so. Um, it's so uplifting to me. As you were talking, I was thinking, what we need to do is we take time out to exercise. You do, I do,
Mm,
our physical body, but we need to take time out to exercise our spiritual and mental,
yeah, man,
our emotional.
is
We need to go to the emotional, spiritual, mental gym.
yeah, absolutely. Boy, I love that. That's fantastic.
And
It's so true.
and it doesn't take very long in the day to do that. I mean, 5, 10, 15 minutes to just center
Yeah.
yourself and say, okay, here's how I'm going to face the day.
Yep. Go stare out a window for a few minutes
Yeah.
and look
And
at the
just
sky or the
and just
trees or whatever.
and just breathe. Stop and
Yeah.
breathe. So, all
Yep.
right. Well, great subject. Any other thoughts?
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, let's just make a call to action here. What are we going to do this week to ramp up our our gratitude mindset? And I don't know what that is for anyone who might be listening, but maybe you could let us know and we can be encouraged too. But for me, I'm going to make sure that I'm um, remain consistent in my journaling every day and writing, and get a couple more entries in on the journal for Angie. Let that be a help to us both. Or
Well,
better yet, maybe I should just read it to her and catch up some of that, because it's been a while for that too.
I'm going to start a new journal for my wife, and I take time out already, but I'm just going to be more on purpose with that time. Um,
Mm,
it's funny how you can kind of get into a rote habit,
yes.
which is great, which is great. But I think I need to be a little more on purpose with this.
Mm,
I'm like you. I'm journaling my gratitudes and my wins already, but I'm just going to be a little more on purpose with it and
yeah.
be consistent with it. And I have a brand new, it's green, it's empty. It's time for me to fill that
There
up.
you go. It's
My
all queued up for you.
beautiful, my beautiful wife. Isn't that funny? It's just right here within reach.
Yeah, see? It's calling to you. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Look at all those trees that grew just for me to
That's
write
right.
gratitude. Uh,
Fantastic.
well,
Excellent.
I
Good
appreciate
stuff
you.
today, Todd. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.